I did something special for my twin sister's birthday, thankfully. We're moving forward. I finally get why I'm still alive and free. I don't know what had to happen to keep me safe, but I know the reason why. 2 days ago, I was driving to work when a police officer stopped me. I was going a bit too fast, just a little above the speed limit. I know this police officer not as a friend, but I've seen her around. We live in a small town, so it's hard not to know people. I've even seen her outside of work at our local hangout spot. She's actually beaten me at pool a few times, and now I understand the meaning behind the Medusa tattoo on her arm. She asked for my license and registration, and I handed them over. Then she started chatting with me, making small talk. That's when I thought for sure I was going to be arrested. I figured she was just trying to distract me while she waited for more officers to arrive and take me away. I'd been expecting this moment for 2 weeks and was prepared to go to jail. The officer asked me some questions that seemed unrelated to the speeding ticket. She wanted to know what I do for work. I told her I'm a mechanic who specializes in fixing the computer systems of modern farm equipment. She mentioned that her cousin's friend lives a few towns away and uses those high-tech tractors, saying it could be a great opportunity for someone with my skills and experience. I didn't think much of it and just went along with the conversation, still waiting for her to arrest me. She also asked if I'm dating anyone, but she phrased it in a strange way. She asked if there was someone special on my dance card I played along and answered in the same way. I said my dance partner had decided to dance with someone else, so for now, I'm just standing on the sidelines. Not dancing with anyone? I was surprised when she finished the stop and only gave me a warning to slow down. When she returned my papers, she held on to them for a moment, making me look at her. She leaned in a bit and said, "Emily wasn't the first." Her words caught me off guard. With that, she released my papers, wished me a good day, and headed back to her police car. I'm still trying to make sense of what just happened and what's been going on for the past 2 weeks. But I think I get why. I'm seriously considering moving now, taking the officer's advice to heart. But before I leave, I'm going to visit the cemetery to pay my respects to that no-good son of a gun by urinating on his grave. It's been a week, and I'm still waiting to be arrested, but nothing's happened. Both the pastor and his son are dead. The pastor died instantly, and the son a few hours later, according to the newspaper. But what's strange is that the paper said the driver was unknown. How is that possible? I'm the only one in town with a black and red truck, so it should be obvious it was me. I ended up waiting until I fell asleep that day. When I woke up, I was still sitting in the same chair as the night before. I was confused, and I still don't get it. I took a shower, went to work, and decided not to take my truck. Instead, I rode my motorcycle. I was convinced the police would arrest me at work, but nothing out of the ordinary happened. Everyone at work was discussing the incident, but nobody mentioned who was responsible. Apparently, witnesses described the vehicle as a dark blur, which might be due to the rain and darkness. Maybe that's why nobody recognized my truck, but that seems unlikely. And then there are the traffic cameras. Even if people couldn't identify my truck, the cameras should have captured clear footage. It's been a week, and still, no one has come to arrest me. I don't think it takes that long to review traffic camera footage, so I'm baffled as to why I'm still a free man. I'm not going to turn myself in, but I won't resist when they finally come for me. As long as I'm still free, I'll keep living my life as usual. I enjoy my job, my truck, and eating at the local diner. I'm going to keep doing what I love until I can't anymore. I washed and detailed my truck and even fixed the damaged grille and hood. Even though I'm expecting to be arrested soon, I still take pride in my vehicle's appearance. It's strange, maybe, but it's important to me to keep my truck looking its best, even if it's just for a little while longer. Today, I drove my truck into town for the first time since the incident. I was bracing myself for the worst, expecting to be pulled over and arrested, or even attacked by someone who recognized my truck from the accident. But surprisingly, nothing out of the ordinary happened. I was able to drive through town without any issues or confrontations. Maybe they're waiting for me to drive home from work when the streets are less crowded. I know our town doesn't have a large FBI presence, but our local police should have figured out that I was involved by now. This lack of action doesn't add up. I'm confused and frustrated. Why haven't they arrested me yet? The funeral took place a few days ago. I didn't go, but it seemed like half the town did. If I'm still a free man by then, I plan to visit the cemetery and spit on his grave. It's unbelievable I killed the most influential person in town and his son, and yet I'm sitting here in a diner, enjoying a late lunch. It doesn't add up.
Story 2.
I told my geography teacher to leave me alone in a very rude way. Was I too mean? Hi everyone, I'm usually a pretty calm person, but this teacher really annoys me. I'm a 14-year-old girl, and I have a geography teacher who's around 40 years old. She's disliked me from the very beginning. She said that on the first day of class. I gave her a mean look and wasn't participating. After class, she kept me back to talk about it, and I apologized. I basically said, I'm sorry if I gave you a mean look, but I didn't mean to. I promised to participate more in the next lesson. I thought everything was fine after that, since she let me go. But obviously I was wrong. Since then, she's been consistently giving me lower grades than I deserve. She's even marked me wrong on multiple choice questions when my friends got the same answers right. It seems unfair that she's treating me differently. After that, she would keep me behind to discuss my behavior, but she'd always run out of time. So I'd have to go back to her classroom during lunch, which made me late for my next class. And to make things worse, she wouldn't even write me a note to excuse my tardiness. Since then, I've just given up and counted down the days until I can stop taking geography when I choose my GCSE subjects. I'll admit, I've been a bit sarcastic in my essays lately. I've been writing silly things and throwing in Macbeth quotes just to annoy her. I know I'm not helping the situation, but I only started doing this in the last month of school, after all the other stuff had already happened. This leads us to the main incident that I want to talk about. So, it was time for the parent-teacher conferences, where teachers have video calls with parents to discuss how we're doing in class. Most of my teachers were happy with my progress, but my geography teacher was not. She spent the whole call criticizing me and went on for over 20 minutes, even though the calls were supposed to be only 10 minutes long. I was sitting right next to my dad, and she could see me there, but she just kept going on and on. Then, she said something that really shocked me. She told my dad, honestly, I think you've done a terrible job raising your daughter. I'm not surprised she's your daughter. I had no idea where this attack on my dad came from, but it made me really angry. My dad told her to be quiet, and then I lost my temper and said, show some respect and leave me alone. She then hung up the call. After the call, my dad scolded me, but I could tell he was trying not to laugh. Now it's summer break, and I'm done with geography for good, but I'm starting to feel like maybe I was too mean to my teacher. Oh, and sorry if I misspell some words or forget commas. I'm not exactly an English genius. Quick update: when the new school year starts, my dad is going to set up a meeting with the head teacher to discuss what happened. I'll keep you all posted on how it goes.